Hey everyone, welcome back to English with Ava and Leo. If you watched our last episode, thank you so much. We loved reading your comments about morning routines.
There were so many snooze button people out there. I don't feel alone anymore.
You're definitely not alone, Leo. Today we're talking about something really fun. Hobbies, the things you love doing in your free time. By the end of today's episode, you'll know how to talk about your hobbies in a way that keeps a conversation going naturally.
This is one of my favorite topics because it's how you actually make friends in English. Someone asks, "What do you do for fun?" and suddenly you have a real conversation. But many English learners freeze at this point or simply say, "I like movies," and then the conversation ends.
Exactly. So today, we're going to fix that. Let's start with a simple question. Leo, what do you usually do in your free time?
Honestly, I'm really into cooking these days. I try a new recipe almost every weekend, and I find it really relaxing.
That's great. I'm more of a reader. I usually finish about a book every week because I love getting lost in a good story. It's funny how our hobbies can say so much about our personalities.
Absolutely. The problem is that many learners only know one or two ways to talk about their hobbies. Today we'll show you several natural expressions that native speakers use all the time.
Let's begin with the most common phrase, I like. Everyone knows it, but there are many better and more natural ways to express your interests. One of my favorites is, I'm into. For example, I'm into reading, or, I'm into photography.
That's a great one because it sounds casual and natural. You can also say, I'm really passionate about, if something is very important to you. For example, I'm really passionate about cooking. Or you can say, I'm a big fan of hiking, to show that you really enjoy it.
Another useful expression is, I dabble in. It means you do something just for fun, not professionally. For example, I dabble in painting. It's a great way to talk about a hobby without sounding too serious.
Exactly. And if you want to explain why you enjoy a hobby, you can say, it helps me unwind. For me, cooking helps me unwind after a long day because I can relax and forget about work for a while.
That's a phrase you'll hear a lot in everyday English. Another useful one is, I've been into it for. This helps you talk about how long you've enjoyed a hobby. For example, I've been into reading for about 5 years.
And if you want someone else to try your hobby, you can simply say, you should give it a try, or, you should try it sometime. It's a friendly way to invite someone to experience something new.
Let's quickly review today's 6 expressions. I'm into, I'm really passionate about, I'm a big fan of, I dabble in, it helps me unwind, and I've been into it for. These are all phrases native speakers use naturally.
If you're enjoying today's lesson, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to English with Ava and Leo. We post a new English lesson every week to help you speak with more confidence.
And here's today's question for you. What's a hobby you're really passionate about? Try answering in the comments using one of today's new expressions. We'd love to read your answers.
Now it's time for pocket words. Think of these as 6 useful expressions you can put in your pocket and use in real conversations. Let's go through them one more time together.
First, I'm into. Second, I'm a big fan of. Third, I dabble in. These are all great ways to talk naturally about your interests and hobbies.
And finally, it helps me unwind, I've been into it for, and, you should give it a try. Practice saying these phrases out loud. The more you use them, the more confident and natural your English will become.
Welcome to Smooth It Out. This is the part of the lesson where we take sentences that sound a little unnatural and make them sound like something a native English speaker would actually say.
Here's our first sentence. My hobby is to read books. It's understandable, but it doesn't sound very natural. A better way to say it is, my hobby is reading, or simply, I love reading books.
Exactly. Here's another one. I am liking very much to cook. This is a common mistake because we don't usually use liking this way. A much more natural sentence is, I'm really into cooking, or I really enjoy cooking.
Let's try another example. Someone says, I do this hobby since 5 years. Native speakers would say, I've been into this hobby for 5 years, or I've been doing this hobby for 5 years.
Here's one more. This activity makes me feel relaxed. The correct way is, this activity helps me unwind, or this activity makes me feel relaxed. Just one small change makes a big difference.
That's why learning natural expressions is so important. Your grammar might be correct, but choosing the phrases that native speakers actually use will make your English sound much smoother.
Don't worry if you've made these mistakes before. Every English learner does. The important thing is to notice them, practice the better version, and keep using it until it feels natural.
Exactly. Instead of memorizing hundreds of grammar rules, try learning complete phrases. You'll speak faster, sound more confident, and remember them much more easily.
Now that you've learned these expressions, let's see how they sound in a real conversation between two friends meeting at a coffee shop.
As you listen, pay attention to how naturally these phrases fit into the conversation. You might even hear some of today's vocabulary more than once.
All right, let's imagine we just met at a coffee shop. So, Leo, what do you like to do when you're not working?
I'm really into cooking these days. I usually try a new recipe every weekend. It's become one of my favorite hobbies because it helps me unwind after a busy week.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of reading, especially mystery novels. There's nothing better than sitting down with a good book and a cup of coffee.
Nice. How long have you been into reading?
I've been into it since I was a kid. My parents always encouraged me to read, so it became a habit that I still enjoy today.
That's really interesting. I actually started dabbling in cooking during the pandemic. At first, I just wanted to learn a few simple meals, but now I genuinely enjoy trying new recipes.
That's a great example of how hobbies can grow over time. You should give baking a try sometime. I think you'd really enjoy it.
I probably will, and you should give cooking a try too. I'd be happy to share a few easy recipes with you.
Deal. That's exactly how easy it is to keep a conversation going. Ask questions, share your experiences, and show interest in what the other person enjoys.
Exactly. Instead of giving short answers, add a little more detail. That's what makes conversations interesting and helps you connect with other people.
See how naturally those expressions fit into a real conversation? You don't need difficult vocabulary to sound fluent. Using simple, natural phrases is often the best approach.
That's right. This week, challenge yourself to use at least one of today's expressions. You could tell a friend what you're into, ask someone about their hobbies, or even write a few sentences in English.
The more you practice speaking, the more confident you'll become. Don't worry about making mistakes. Every conversation is another chance to improve your English.
And remember, learning English isn't just about memorizing grammar. It's about communicating, sharing your ideas, and enjoying conversations with people from around the world.
In next class, we'll cover another practical topic that many of you asked for: how to order food at a restaurant. You'll learn useful expressions you can use while traveling or eating out.
You won't want to miss it. So make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so you never miss a new lesson from English with Ava and Leo.
Before you go, tell us in the comments, what's your favorite hobby? Try answering with one of today's new expressions, like, I'm into, or, I'm really passionate about. We'd love to read your replies.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today. We hope you learned something new and feel more confident speaking English. Take care, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.